So this couple's story is really something special. They met long after graduating from college, but a fun fact is that me, Bradley, and Jillian actually took a photo together before the couple ever met that I don't remember taking. But the craziest part is that Brad was actually wearing a pink romper and Crocs to a formal event. And even more wild is crazy that Jillian was sure he was the coolest, hottest guy at the function. The couple later met long after college, but having that picture makes me feel like it was meant to be. I met Jillian on the first day of college. I remember it vividly. We were inseparable ever since. People would make comments that you would never see me without her, which is why I must say up until today, Jillian was actually my wife. I remember the moment we met vividly. We hugged and you said, "Hi, I follow you on Instagram." Somehow between that moment and the next day, we decided to be best friends. I was like, "Do you want to be my best friend?" You want to? Yes. All my favorite memories at CNU are with Jillian. One of my favorite is the time her parents gave her a credit card for emergencies. She was a generous soul. We had donuts, Chinese takeout. One time she bought our entire haul 50 rolls of sushi. She later realized 50 rolls is actually 50 rolls of 6 pieces of sushi and not 50 pieces of sushi. So we called the place crying, begging to cancel that order. But Jillian was a force at CNU. She was above and beyond busy the whole time. She was not only on dance team, but later joined ASA and became the most involved sister. She actually got an award for it. Jillian got busy joining and growing the Campus Wears Line Club, serving as their president and making the most successful shadow event in the history of the school's club. It was featured on PBS. It was on TV. She helps others deeply and serves her community as a whole. She's a boss babe and total package, so it came as no surprise when she asked Brad just a few dates in, "So am I your girlfriend or what?" Jillian can and has envisioned her life with a cat she met for 5 minutes at the pet store. It was somewhat like this with Brad. She was so nervous before the first date, she convinced herself it was all an elaborate prank. And if that's the case, Brad, you've gone too far. My mom always said you have to train men, but it wasn't like this with Brad. He already treated Jillian better than I could. Not only did he always bring fresh flowers, but he would cook delicious meals. This is what won me over to as a protective and hungry friend that I can be. One thing I loved about Brad in the beginning is that every birthday and Christmas, Brad would knock it out of the park with gifts for Jillian without needing my help. I love that he would make fresh coffee for her and pack her lunch. She'd go to Starbucks anyway, but it was really sweet. I actually went to one of their first virtual dates due to the COVID. She's so sorry about that, by the way. We've seen each other through so many seasons, CNU, moving out on our own, becoming full adults, grad school, becoming counselors. I thought I was Jillian's best friend, but Brad, you are Jillian's best friend, soulmate, and other half all wrapped into one. You guys are such a perfect team. You always make the people around you feel important and loved. Throughout it all, you've encouraged me to do things that I didn't think that I could do. Jillian is the type of person who doesn't make a decision until she knows 100% that she made the optimal decision, as you could tell, the flowers, the arrangements, the dress, everything. This applies to everything, and especially you, Brad. Many days ago, she made another amazing decision to change her life, and today she's celebrating with us all 826 days of being a sober queen. Brad and Jillian became my surrogate parents. They're the type of people who show up with gifts and food at your doorstep when you're sick on Christmas, who babysit your animals and feed you when you don't feel like feeding yourself. I've never had a friend as fiercely loyal and protective as Jillian. My only friend who has ever tried to physically fight my ex-boyfriend. You guys set a wonderful example of what it looks like when you marry your best friend. I couldn't be happier to see my best friend marry someone like Brad. So let's raise a glass. She has met her match, and someone who can actually match her sass. Cheers.